Chapter 8, Lesson 6, Write and Graph Inequalities. Our content target today, students will understand that inequalities can be graphed on a number line. Our language target, students will demonstrate their understanding by graphing and writing inequalities, both in words and on number lines. So number 3, we want to write an inequality for each sentence. So inequalities are using less than, greater than, less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to. So when you read through, you have to decide which of those we're talking about. So the first one says, you must be over 12 years old to ride the go-karts. Must be over 12 years old to ride the go-kart. So you have to be greater than 12 and older in order to ride the go-karts. So you are the variable, must be greater than 12 to ride the go-karts. That's writing an inequality. The second example says, a pony is less than 12 2/10 hands tall. So as I go through again, a pony is less than 14.2 hands tall. So the pony is our variable. Less than tells me it's less than. It points at the smaller number. And it's smaller than what? That is 14 2/10. So I've got a couple more. You must be at least 16 years old to have a driver's license. So I go back through. You must be at least 16 years old to have a driver's license. So you, that's my variable, must be at least. So that means at least tells me that I have to be 16 or older in order to have a driver's license. So you have to be greater than or equal to 16 to have a driver's license. The second one, to use one stamp, your domestic letter must weigh under 3.5 ounces. So to use one stamp, the domestic letter must weigh under 3.5 ounces. So our stamp is what we're talking about. Oops, I'm sorry. Our letter is what we're talking about. That's our variable. Must weigh under or less than 3.5 ounces. And the last one, you must be at least 18 years old to vote. So again, you must be at least 18 years old to vote. So anytime I see the words at least, that means I have to be 18 or older in order to vote. So you, that's a variable, is greater than or equal to 18 years old to vote. Now, when we graph inequalities, there's two things we have to know. That if we have a greater than or less than sign, we're going to use an open circle, which means that that number is not part of the solution. Whereas if we use a closed circle for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or simply equal to, we're going to use a closed circle. We're going to color it in because that number is part of our solution. So when we look at the first example, A is greater than or equal to 9. I first find 9 on my number line. I put a circle around it. Now we've got to decide whether it's an open or closed. Open, we use less than or greater than. Closed, is for less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, or simply equal to. In this case, when we look at our inequality, we have greater than or equal to. So if A is 9 greater than or equal to 9? Yes, it's equal to, so I put a shaded circle in. And I want all numbers that are greater than or equal to 9. So 10 and 11 are all greater than, so I'm going to draw an arrow this way to the right. This shows that all numbers, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, forever and ever and ever, are all greater than 9. So we'll look at the next example. N is less than or equal to 10. I find 10 on my number line and I put a circle around it. So is it an open circle or is it going to be a closed circle? Here it tells me it's less than or equal to, so I know that it has to be a closed circle. So what numbers are less than or equal to 10? Well, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, all of those numbers to the left of 10 will make that a true statement. So I have to draw my arrow to the left. So again, when I look at this one here, A is less than 15. So I find 15. Is 15 less than 15? No, that doesn't make sense. So it has to be an open circle. Notice that it's a less than sign. Less than or greater than, we're going to use an open circle. So what numbers are less than 15? Well, that'd be 14, 13, and 12. So I'm going to draw an arrow to the left, showing that all the numbers to the left are less than 15. Our last one is B is greater than or equal to 7. I find 7 on my number line and I put a circle around it. I know that greater than and equal to, less than or equal to all have a closed circle. So is 7 greater than or equal to 7? Yes, 7 is equal to 7, so I close in my circle. And what numbers are greater than 7? That would be 9, 8, 9, and 10. So I draw an arrow to the right, showing that all of the numbers to the right of 7 are a solution to that inequality.